Okay. All right, in this draft, I went double tight ends, double edges, duplicate hedge. Went Coastland Loveland first round, although he's going to be out 8 months, so that's puts him ready to play next November. So took another tight end, Terrence Ferguson. Tested really well at the combine. He had fourth highest athleticism score. Ran a 4.6, 39-inch vert, 6'5", 247. So he was has a 56 run block grade, 7.8 ADOT, 8 voided tackles, 66.2 catch percentage, 3 for 12 on contested catch as well. 4 drops, 77.3 pass route grade, 3 penalties, 110 QB rating when targeted, 65 targets. So not terribly great stats. They're better than Gunnar Helms from Texas. Gunnar Helm had a higher catch percentage, more penalties, 137 when targeted. That's because he had more touchdowns, 73 more targets. Kind of like this guy, Joshua Simon at South Carolina. 2 for 6 on contested catches, 72% catch percentage, 134 targeted, QB rating when targeted. So then I went double edge. Really like what I saw from David Walker at the Senior Bowl. So David Walker had a 4.39 short shuttle at the combine, which was just slightly slower than Izaraku, Swinson, Sorrell, and faster than Princely. He had Braden Swinson for 3 cone, 6 foot, 263. So more than 10 pounds heavier than Izaraku. Ran a 4.6, but is right under 4.7, 35-inch vertical. So for a third round edge, I think he'd probably be pretty good. So then I went with Antoine Powell Ryland out of Virginia Tech. He, on a points per game basis, 6 highest edge, 33 stops, 25 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 48 total pressures in 12 games. Then I went ahead and went with Logan Brown, who has 82 run block grade for PFF, and then he only has a -2 when it comes to stats on a per game basis. 6 hurries allowed, 5 penalties, 6 pressures allowed in 11 games with Kansas. So 175 10 split. He only had a 32-inch vert, 175-10 split, 9.3 broad, ran a 5.1, just under a 5.2, 5.41 shuttle. I think it's tied for second fastest. Yep. And a 7.75 3 cone. It's not very fast, but not slow either. So gives you probably better run blocking and is pretty good overall. Fairly decently athletic. In round 5, went with a center, Jonah Monheim. He looked pretty good at the Senior Bowl. Got a 72 athleticism score. Then I went with Dylan Fairchild because he did really well at the combine out of Georgia. Never mind, I was getting confused with Tate Ratledge. So he wasn't at the combine, he didn't test. Oh dang. So I messed up there. Still has a pretty good grade overall. Then I went with Taj Brooks because Taj, pretty fast 3 cone, 6.9, which I think is similar to kind of Blake Corum. Taj is a running back, so he's big and he's shifty, so it would be good probably in a gap scheme. Ran a 4.5, 35-inch vert, 6'9", 3 cone, and he's 214 pounds, excuse me. Only 1 drop, 70 total elusive grade, 12 receiving, missed tackles forced, 58 rush, missed tackles forced, 872 elusive yards after contact, 41 explosive plays, 88 first downs, 60 pass block grade, 199 reception yards, 28 receptions, 7 yards per reception, 34 targets, 315 touches, and 17 touchdowns. So for round 6 running back, I thought that was pretty good. And then again, I went with CJ Dupree, who had the highest athleticism score at the combine, ran just under a 4.7, 4.69, 34.5-inch vert, 10-inch broad, 6'4", almost 6'5", 256 pounds. Considering that the passing situation at Alabama was not all that great, might be underrated for that reason. So he has run block grade is a 56, only 4.5 ADOT, 5 voided tackles, 72 catch percentage, 2 of 3 contested catches, 3 drops, 13 first downs. So a lot of first downs considering didn't catch a whole lot. 29 targets, and he had 13 first downs. Only 35.8 pass block, only 21 receptions, hit an 81 route rate, so didn't stay in and block a whole lot on pass plays. 84 QB rating when targeted, no touchdowns. But again, this quarterback situation wasn't all that great, so for a 6th round draft pick, might be a good pickup. Then I went defensive interior, last 2 rounds, Ty Robinson, more of a run stopper, probably is not going to provide too much in the pass rush department, but that's why I went high on edges. So in terms on a points per game basis, he got 28 stops, 25 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 42 total pressures. It's actually the most out of all the defensive interior, so probably get off the quarterback a little bit. He had the fastest 40 time with that. Only had a 33-inch vert, only a 9.11 broad jump, short shuttle, 3rd fastest at 4.5, 3rd fastest 3 cone, 6'5", 288. So 28 bench press reps, pretty good. So he has one of the faster 40 times ever for defensive tackle, 483. He has one of the highest verticals ever by defensive tackle, 33.5. Next to Braden Fisk, half-inch underneath Eric Armstead, one of the higher broad jumps ever. This guy's the second highest broad jump out of Georgia. Tyron Ingram Dawkins. Then I went with Jared Harrison Hunt, who is fairly athletic as well. Fastest 10-yard split, fourth highest athleticism score, at a 4.86, 32-inch vert, 9.3 broad, 290 pounds. Fastest 10-yard split, 169, tied for fastest. So for a 7th round draft pick, you might be kind of a steal there. So it was one of the higher grades I got, 75. Using Next Gen Stats, average that out. In this mock, a lot of guards and centers fell late or were available late. I was thinking about taking another guard or center just because everything else that was 70 or higher was selected. Edges, a lot of edges were taken.